So I'll tell you a dirty little secret if you promise not to delete the video right after I tell you this. But I am a Tom Brady fan. Yeah, don't delete. Why in the world are you a Tom Brady fan, William? Why is he your man crush? No, I'll tell you why. I like and value things that last in this world. We have a highly disposable environment, whether it's just throwing things away or moving on to the next thing. Finding dynasties or things that last and have permanence, wow, that's something that does my heart good. So I am actually pulling for Tom Brady as he comes out of his, 1 month retirement and decides to try and make another run at another Super Bowl. And you know what? Greatest of all time sometimes do things that other people have never done. So I won't be surprised if he wins, but I also won't be surprised if he loses. There is a graveyard of people who stayed one season too long. There's a long list of really great athletes who thought they had one more season in them. When we wrote a book on succession, we actually named this Brett Favre syndrome. Brett, if you're going to delete the video now, that's fine, I understand. But wonderful people sometimes stay too long. Why is that? There are a lot of reasons, but one thing that I noticed with Tom Brady's unretirement is that he said, I just belong on the field. Adrian and I were sitting around talking about this, and she said to me, you know what, William, I wonder if he knows anything else to do. Like he's been trained in one thing. And I thought, what an interesting thing to raise when you talk about careers, when you talk about your own development, when you talk about your own succession, whether you're a pastor or an educator or running a nonprofit or a business owner, it's valuable to reinvent yourself. Sometimes permanence can come through reinventing. Earlier this football season, in a news cycle that's already run through the news cycles, we celebrated the life of John Madden, who died earlier this year, and what a guy he was. People remember him for very different things. My son remembers him for being in video games. I remember him as being an NFL commentator. My dad remembers him being an NFL coach. And if you're older than my dad, you might remember him as a player. What a guy. Can you imagine a career where you step away from success into a brand new field? Well, that's what he did. He played ball and could have made a living doing that, but decided, no, I'm not going to be the greatest. I'll go be a coach. He was one of the youngest head coaches in the NFL, one of the youngest to ever win a Super Bowl, and within a few years, he retired from coaching and went into broadcasting. Who does that? Then he became the voice of NFL football for so many people. I remember hearing his voice growing up watching ball. But then he retired from that, and he went into video gaming, and now who's on the cover of Madden is a big question every single year. Imagine what you could do with your life if you asked yourself, is it time to move into a new phase of this career? Is it time to pivot? Tom Brady's done the same thing over and over for a long time. He's decided he's not done doing that. He'll probably prove a lot of people wrong because he is the greatest of all time. But I wonder if most of us shouldn't be asking a different question. Okay, God, you've used me for this phase. What's next? What's the next phase? I don't know which path is the right one for you, if it's put your head down and keep moving forward in the same direction over and over, or maybe it's time to think, the world has changed, my life has changed, and it's time for me to consider pivoting into a new role within my job or a new path entirely. I hope those thoughts help you today. You only get one life to live, and I hope you'll look at these two examples as two paths that you might follow as you journey through this one chance to leave a legacy.